Thank you for stopping by Ballistic Barbecue. Today, I'm going to be behind the grill with Chris from Mother's Barbecue, and we are going to be making the Queso Fundido burger. You ready to do this?
Let's rock.
Okay, as most of you know, Chris and I live in the San Diego area. For some reason, this is the first collaboration we've ever done. I don't know why. He literally lives 5 minutes away from me. What's up with that?
You tell me, man. I call you all the time.
Yeah, I know.
You don't ever answer my phone calls
It's my fault. But anyway, you know, we have some awesome, I can comfortably say probably some of the best Mexican food in the country here in San Diego. We're a little bit spoiled. So we are going to make a burger that has a lot of those flavors that we love. And one of the things I know I love is called Queso Fundido. It's basically a cauldron of molten hot Oaxaca cheese. And there's usually some like chorizo or something in there. And you just, dip your chips in there. And I know you already did something as a contribution to the queso part. What is it? For
sure. So what I did is I smoked a pork belly and created a salsa roja with dried guajilas and adobo chilies, blended that all up and made an awesome chili out of that. And I thought that this would be a perfect accompaniment to this burger.
The next thing we're going to do is one of the components of the burger, one of the toppings is what? Here, you got a bunch of stuff in front of you.
Is a tobacco onion with fried nopales. And nopales is basically just a cactus leaf. And we got tons of that here. And these are really good. They're great fried and great fresh.
Chris has got a kind of a breading we're going to use here. So go ahead, Chris, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, so what I got here is some thinly sliced onions and some nopales that I ran through the mandolin. Some nice strips of this. And we're going to basically make a dredge, which is some flour, all-purpose flour. We got some cornstarch.
It's a 1/4 cup, right?
I'm sorry, not cornstarch, baking powder.
Baking powder.
Some fresh pepper, salt and pepper to taste. We got some salt. We're gonna add about a teaspoon or so of cayenne pepper. And again, kick this up if you want it a lot more spicier. And that's it. Nice basic dredge. We'll get that mixed up. And we'll just get that mixed up, nice and simple. We'll take our thinly sliced onions and nopales, and we're just basically gonna give these a nice coat.
All right, let's get to making that patty now. All right, for this burger, I went with chuck. Basically, I went out and bought a nice chuck roast yesterday, picked out one that had a lot of fat content, and I ground it this morning using the coarse die on my grinder. So as you can see, it's not your typical grind that you'd find in the store. It's going to have a nice steaky feel.
So what would you say the fat content is at?
At least 80-20, at least 80-20. How do you figure that out? I'm just eyeballing it, but I always look for, whether I'm grinding steak or chuck, I always look for a roast with a lot of fat. And the one I picked had a lot of fat, so this is going to be good, very juicy. Now, as far as the size of the patties, I don't weigh the meat. We could estimate how heavy the patty's going to be, but I always gauge it on the size of the bun. And we're using telera rolls on this burger, which is a traditional bread, a roll that the Mexicans use for sandwiches like tortas and stuff. And these teleros are huge, so I went with a huge ring. It's going to be a big patty. So let's get going here. So again, I keep the meat fairly loose in the patty, and I just apply enough pressure to where I know it will hold. People get into trouble when they start packing it too much, and that's when you'll have the patty will swell up on you. Okay, so I have all the meat I'm going to use in the ring now, and I'm just applying enough pressure to where I know it'll hold together. I'm not mashing down on this thing. I don't want it to turn into a meatloaf. Again, that's where you're going to run into the issues of swelling, because there's no place as this burger cooks for that steam to escape, and you'll end up with a rugby ball. So we're going to go ahead and pull this off now, the ring. Now when I use these rings, I always end up with a sharp edge there, and I just This is just me. I like to kind of tamp it down a little bit. And that looks good. The one thing we are not going to do is thumbprint it. Again, anybody that's watched any of my videos know that's my pet peeve. It's completely unnecessary. You only have to do that if you screw it up at the beginning, which we did not. This is a perfect patty right here. Did it on parchment paper. This is the way I like to do it. I just cut it out. And if we were doing several patties, I mean, I could have them in a line and just cut them out in a grid.
Nice.
And now we are ready to get this in the fridge. I like to let the patties chill out a little bit just so it kind of tightens up. It doesn't have to be room temperature like you'd want a steak. And we'll get it on the grill here in a few minutes. I think we're ready to actually fire up the grill.
Let's do it.
Meet you guys outside. All right, we are ready to start rocking this burger. I have the Ballistic griddle in place. It's all preheated. This is going to be a first for you guys to see this. My nice heavy duty spatula, I'm going to lay it right here and put this ring on top. We're going to kind of preheat this. Right now I'm just going to take a little nonstick. I have here some Oaxaca cheese. This is shredded Oaxaca cheese. Basically it's a really mild, easy melting cheese. Makes killer quesadillas. And this is what they use for that fundido, that Queso Fundido. It's just a melting cheese. Little layer of that down there. Now I'm going to take some of Chris's delicious smoked pork belly chili here. I'm going to place this pretty much right in the center. Add more cheese. Right now, let's get that patty down. I have that adobo that Chris used to season the chips. This stuff is magic. A little bit more adobo. All right, let's take a look at this. Cheese is looking good, it's bubbling. So what I'm going to do is just set it off to the side. That ambient heat will keep it plenty warm. The burger patty's looking good. You can see the color's changed halfway up. I'm going to go ahead and flip this. Decent sear there. Now here are those monster rolls I was telling you about, those telera rolls. I'm going to go ahead and get a little toast on these guys. Nice toast on the rolls. All right, let's build a burger. All right, big old patty goes down on that big old bun. Lay down a bed of those beautiful tobacco onions and that fried nopales. Now that cheese.
Yeah, that's a shot.
Yeah, that looks good.
That's what you want.
Those corn chips. Now let's crown this bad boy.
Nice and crunchy.
Nice. So what do you think, man? Do we need to cut it in half? Because we're not going to eat it Beauty and the Tramp. Is it Beauty and the Tramp? Lady and the Tramp.
Yeah.
We're not going to rock it Lady and the Tramp style. I'm sorry, bro.
I don't know what to take that one if I'm the lady of the tramp.
Yeah, I'm not going to answer that question. All right, let's cut this thing in half. I can tell you there's a lot of crisp going on in there.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Nice. Nice.
Oh, let's bite into that.
Look
bad
at
boy.
the string of cheese connecting the two. Let's give this a go. Nice medium rare, kind of medium. Cheers, bro.
Cheers, man. Oh.
That pork is shining.
You definitely get the pork.
Yep.
That cheese is just creamy.
I know.
Oh, man. All right, I'm done. You clean up. I'm going to the pool.
This is good. The chili is rocking, and there will be a link. Make sure you guys check out the link to Chris's chili video, because that is outstanding.
Thank you, man.
Outstanding. So what do you think? Was success?
That was a winner. Great idea.
It's hot out here.
It is. Thanks for coming over and doing this with me. I know it's been a while and
I appreciate
long
that.
past due. So
Cheers, man.
appreciate it. Cheers.
All right, guys, thanks for stopping by. Keep those requests coming in. Make sure you check out Mother's Barbecue. I'll have a link down below. It is well worth your time watching his videos. Great guy, fantastic cook. Content is unbelievable. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.
Cheers.